expressions reveal limited insight into internal emotions. Greg Mortenson saw past the gregarious smiles of poor-faced children to find desperation and longing for succor. Medicine, water, cars, heating, plumbing, and education, all these conveniences are taken for granted on a daily basis around the world. These children have never experienced such conveniences and long for a better life, and yet they move on with a smile. 3 Cups of Tea is a tale of Greg Mortenson's journey to make a difference. The book is by David Oliver Relin. The main issue presented in the story is the lack of proper education facilities in Pakistan and surrounding countries in the Middle East. The author's purpose in writing this story is to inform the reader of the educational crisis in Pakistan. He also wanted to narrate Mortenson's travels in depth into a predominantly Islamic country. Relin and Mortenson are trying to prove to the reader that the people of Pakistan and other Islamic countries are good-natured people, as kind, if not kinder, than those in our own country. I am expressing this opinion because throughout the story, Relin delineates the people living in the Middle East as misunderstood and generous. He also uses details like all the Iraq war had done was unite 1 billion Muslim people against the United States. And that quote was located on page 277 of the book. He proves that the United States does not understand the people in the Middle East and that they have gone about dealing with them incorrectly. Thus, the audience for this book is all American citizens who have many misconceptions about the Middle East. Themes entailing education, politics, and human interaction surmount throughout the story. A clear theme is repeated throughout the story, was first and foremost the argument that the best way to fight terrorism and extremism is through education. This idea is clearly displayed in the Middle East because oftentimes young adults are oftentimes uneducated and lacking a job, so they join extremist groups. To stop this, Mortenson tries to educate in order to create awareness in the community. Another recurring theme is the idea that once you educate a woman up till the 5th grade, they will feel further compelled to finish their education and go to college. The last theme, shown in 3 Cups of Tea, is that Americans are misinformed about Muslims worldwide. So you might be wondering, how clear is 3 Cups of Tea written? Well, the author's ideas are fairly clear due to his use of simplistic vocabulary. He simply states each detail to clearly express Mortenson's personal feelings. Although word choice is clear, the author's variations and point of view are confusing. He oftentimes switches from first-person limited to third-person omniscient point of view. This is because Relin uses direct quotes while also stating facts and details in the story in third person. An example of this is when Relin uses a direct quote stating, "He slipped me a bag of rolled rupees," McCowan says, while continuing on to switch to third-person omniscient stating, "McCowan walked in following his family, but this day of stringing cables between 2 towers would connect." The author effectively met his goal to narrate the story of Greg Mortenson and his mission to promote peace, one school at a time. That's a quote from the book. He is effective He is effective because he uses first-hand accounts to factually tell his story. Although there are many points Relin is trying to make, 2 stand out. The first was to narrate the arduous work that Mortenson put into these schools, and the second was to prove that the war against terror in the Middle East is not being handled correctly, and that education is the only thing that can fight terror. The author proved the points that he was trying to make on 2 occasions. One example in the text was when Relin states, "With a nocturnal flurry of phone calls to Pakistan, emails to his board, and countless pots of coffee, he began planning his spring assault on Pakistan's poverty." In this passage, Relin simply states that all the work put into Mortenson's school. An example in the text that proves Relin's second point, respectively, was when he states, "If we couldn't do something as simple as seeing that hero like Uzra get her $40 a month salary, then how could we ever hope to do the hard work that it takes to win a war on terror? Here, Relin proves that America is operating inefficiently in the war because they cannot even pay Ozra, a teacher, her full wage. These two passages clearly exemplify that Mortenson put a tremendous amount of work into the school. Personally, this book hit me hard emotionally because of my travels to countries like India, Morocco, and Egypt, where I've seen poverty and the horrors of a desolate life. When I see someone like Greg Mortenson actually making a difference in the lives of depreciated children, it inspires me to personally go out and make a difference in someone else's life. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the vast misunderstood Islamic world, this is a great story for you to read. For those of you looking for just a relaxed, entertaining read, this is a great book for you. Although there is a few sentences that are awkward and there are confusing shifts in point of view. All in all, it's a great book, and I dearly recommend it to everyone.